All right, guys, this is part 2 of the Lesson 7 problem set. This is the back page. And as you can see, I already did a little bit of prep work to make this video a little bit shorter. So number 2 says, and these are obviously all word problems. A pilot wanted to know about how many kilometers he flew on his last 3 flights. From New York City to London, he flew 5,572 kilometers. Then from London to Beijing, he flew 8,147 kilometers. Finally, he flew 10,996 kilometers from Beijing back to New York City. Round each number to the nearest thousand, then find the sum of the rounded numbers to estimate about how many kilometers the pilot flew. You keep saying about how many. That's telling us we're rounding, and it tells us right here we're rounding to the nearest thousand. That's important. When you round something, you have to know what you're rounding to. Okay, so we're rounding each of these to the nearest thousand. I circled all the important numbers, and I'm writing them down. Those are all the distances he flew. We're rounding them to the nearest thousand before we add them up, because it says the sum, I should underline that, the sum is the answer to an addition problem, means we're adding them all together. And this is basically our question. Estimate about how many kilometers the pilot flew. Restating that, the pilot flew about blank kilometers. So let's round these. So we're rounding to the nearest thousand, so this 5 is in the thousands place before the comma. So we have to look at the next number, which is this 5. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, round down, would round down to 5,000. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 would round up to 6,000. So this is a 5, so 5 is going to round up. That is going to round to 6,000. Next one, 8,147. 8 is in the thousand spot. We look at the next number to the right. That's a 1. Now, 1 is one of those numbers that rounds down. So, but when we round down, remember on the last one, we kept the first number for the bottom and then put all zeros after. We don't round down to 7,000. The nearest thousand below 8,147 is 8,000. So we would round down to 8,000. And then 10,996. This 0 is in the nearest thousands place. We look over to the next number, which is a 9. That 9 rounds up. So instead of rounding down to 10,000, it would round up to 11,000. Okay, and now we're going to add all these together. Okay, so the zeros, these are all going to be zeros. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 5 here, carry the 1, and bring the comma down right there. 1 plus 1 is 2. So our answer should be the pilot flew about 25,000 kilometers. All right, next one. Mrs. Smith's class is learning about healthy eating habits. The students learned that the average child should consume about 12,000 calories each week. Carrie consumed 12,748 calories last week. Tyler consumed 11,702 calories last week. Round to the nearest thousand. So we're still rounding to the thousands. To find who consumed closer to the recommended number of calories, which is 12,000. Use pictures, numbers, or words to explain. So I'm going to use this picture here, or number line, to help explain my answer. So Carrie consumed 12,748. Okay, so on this number line, we're rounding to the nearest thousand, so that would be the 2, right? So the bottom the low point is going to be 12,000. And then we're going to add 1,000 above that, 13,000. Okay, so that 12,748 falls between these two thousands. And then the midpoint is just remember we put a 5 there after the place we're trying to round to, so 12,500. Where does 12,748 fall in this? Well, 748 is more than 500, so it's going to be up here. Which would round up to 13,000. So that's Carrie. Tyler consumed 11,702. So bottom is going to be 11,000. Top 12,000. Halfway between that is 11,500. 11,702 is more than this midpoint, so it's going to be up here. That would round it up to 12,000. So who consumed closer to the recommended number of calories? That would be Tyler, because he was closer to 12,000, which was the recommended number of calories. So we're going to say Tyler consumed closer to the recommended number of calories. And since it wants us to explain, I'm going to say because his rounded to 12,000. We'll just leave it at that. Got this explanation. We have this showing our work. That should be good. All right. So there you go. Just make sure you can see that. Okay, and last one. For the 2013 through 2014 school year, the cost of tuition at Cornell University was $43,000 when rounded to the nearest thousand. What is the greatest possible amount the tuition could be? What is the least possible amount the tuition could be? This is a problem that students struggle with every single year. Okay? So what I drew here is an extra large number line that has 43,000 in the middle, because that's what we're trying to round to. Okay? So I'm going to have that as a low point, as like a top number line up here, but also a high point to a number line down there. We're going to see what the lowest possible number is here that could round up to that, and the lowest possible number here that could round down to this. Okay? So basically, we're going to do 42,000 down here, 44,000 up here. So it goes 42, 43, 44,000. Let's find our midpoint. So between these two, 42,500. And then here, 43,500. Okay? So our range here, remember, 5 rounds up. So this here would round up, but 43,500 would not round down. That would round up. So we have to go just less than this to round down to 43,000. So this range here, this is our range we're looking at. Okay? Now, think about this. 42,500 rounds up, but does anything less than that round up to 43,000? No, because 42,499 would round down. So this is our lowest possible amount. Okay? So the least possible amount the tuition could be is 40, this is dollars, 42,499 $500. And the greatest possible amount the tuition could be is, and now we have to figure that part out, $43,500 is the lowest that will round up to $44,000. But if we go just one below that, 43,499, that would round back down to 43,000. Okay, if we're just looking at those. And that's the most it could be to still round to 43,000. So 43,499. $43,499. Okay.